Have you really come this far just to quit? Pause for a moment. Take a breath. Ask yourself this one honest question. After everything you've endured, everything you've sacrificed, and every battle you've survived, does it make sense to stop now? Think about the nights you stayed awake worrying about your future, the mornings you forced yourself to get up even when your energy was gone, and the times you kept moving despite feeling uncertain and afraid. You didn't come this far by accident. You came this far because something inside you refused to give up. Why does the hardest part always appear at the edge of breakthrough? So many people quit not because they are incapable, but because they forget how powerful they already are. The weight feels heavier when you are close to growth. The resistance feels stronger when transformation is near. That is not a sign to stop. That is a sign you are approaching a new level. As the saying goes, when you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Every challenge you are facing right now is evidence that you are still in the game. Let's be honest for a moment. Life has tested you. It has stretched you. It has asked more of you than you ever thought you could give. There were moments you doubted yourself, moments you questioned your direction, and moments you wondered if the effort was worth it. Yet here you are, still standing, still searching for more, still listening to this message. That alone tells a powerful story about who you are. What if your struggle is proof of your strength? You may not feel strong right now, but strength is not always loud. Sometimes strength is quiet perseverance. Sometimes it's simply choosing not to quit when everything in you feels tired. You've carried responsibilities, expectations, and pressure that others may never fully understand. And still, you kept going. That's not weakness. That's resilience being built in real time. Growth often feels uncomfortable because it requires you to shed an old version of yourself. The version that doubted. The version that played small. The version that settled. And that process can feel painful, confusing, and lonely. But pain with purpose is different from pain without direction. One leads to regret. The other leads to transformation. Who are you becoming through this journey? Every step you've taken, even the missteps, has shaped you. The failures didn't disqualify you, they refined you. The delays didn't destroy your dreams, they prepared you for them. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are in progress. And progress, no matter how slow it feels, is still movement forward. There's a quote that says, "Success is not about never falling. It's about rising every time you do." Look at your life honestly. How many times have you fallen and still found a way to rise? How many times did you think you were done, only to discover a deeper reserve of courage? That is who you are. That is what you are made of. Why do we doubt ourselves right before growth? Doubt often appears when you're stepping into unfamiliar territory. It whispers lies like, "You're not ready," or "You're not good enough," or "This is too hard." But difficulty does not mean impossibility. In fact, the most meaningful growth usually demands discomfort. As another reminder puts it, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. You are allowed to feel tired. You are allowed to feel uncertain. But you are not allowed to forget your potential. Everything you've been through has given you skills, wisdom, and strength you didn't have before. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from experience. What are you really afraid of losing? Sometimes the fear is not failure. Sometimes the fear is success. Success means change. Change means leaving behind what is familiar. And familiarity, even when it's painful, can feel safe. But deep down, you know you were not created to live a life that feels small, unfulfilled, or incomplete. There is more in you, more to give, more to become. You've already invested too much time, energy, and heart to turn back now. Every step forward has been shaping a stronger version of you. even when you couldn't see it. Even when the progress felt invisible. Growth often happens quietly before it shows up loudly in results. Can you see how far you've already come? Look back for a moment. Not to regret, but to recognize. Remember who you were at the beginning of this journey. Notice how much you've learned, how much you've endured, and how much you've changed. The person you are today is not the same person who started. That alone is proof that forward motion is happening. Here's a powerful reminder to carry with you. You are closer than you think. Closer to clarity, closer to confidence, closer to the life you've been working toward. The distance between where you are and where you want to be is smaller than the distance you've already traveled. Why stopping now would be the real loss. Stopping now would mean letting temporary discomfort decide your permanent story. It would mean allowing fear to speak louder than faith. But you didn't come this far to surrender to doubt. You came this far because something inside you believes there is a better version of your life waiting on the other side of persistence. This journey is not about perfection. It's about commitment. Commitment to showing up, even when motivation fades. Commitment to learning, even when progress feels slow. Commitment to yourself, especially when no one else is watching. As you move forward from this moment, let this truth settle in your mind. You are capable of more than you realize. Your past does not define your limits. Your current struggle does not determine your final outcome. You are still becoming. Are you ready to discover what you're truly capable of? This is not the end of your story. This is the moment where awareness begins to deepen, where you start looking inward, questioning old patterns, and strengthening the voice inside that says, keep going. The next step of this journey starts with understanding who you are beneath the noise, the doubt, and the fear. So stay with this message. Stay with this process. You haven't come too far to stop now. You've come too far to not see what happens when you fully believe in yourself and keep moving forward. Who are you when no one is watching? Everything changes the moment you begin to look inward with honesty. Not judgment, not excuses, but awareness. Growth does not start with doing more. It starts with seeing more. Seeing your patterns, your reactions, your habits, and the silent beliefs guiding your choices. Most people spend their lives reacting to the world without ever understanding themselves. You are here because you are ready to break that cycle. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you said you wanted change, yet found yourself repeating the same behaviors? That is not failure. That is unconscious living. Awareness is the light that interrupts repetition. Once you see clearly, you cannot pretend you do not know. And that knowledge becomes power. What are you repeating without realizing it? Every habit you have today was built through repetition, either intentional or accidental. The way you speak to yourself, the way you respond to stress, the way you approach challenges. None of it is random. And the most important realization is this: what was learned can be unlearned. There is a quote that says, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." That truth alone can change everything. You are not stuck. You are conditioned. And conditioning can be changed with awareness and deliberate effort. Take a quiet moment and ask yourself, what situations trigger frustration or self-doubt? When do you feel most confident and alive? Where do you tend to procrastinate or avoid responsibility? These answers are not meant to shame you. They are meant to guide you. Awareness is not about criticizing yourself. It is about understanding yourself. Why do some people break through while others stay stuck? The difference is rarely talent. It is perspective. Two people can face the same obstacle and walk away with completely different outcomes. One sees a barrier. The other sees a lesson. One asks, "Why is this happening to me?" The other asks, What is this trying to teach me? Consider the story of a man who spent years blaming his circumstances. He blamed his upbringing, his lack of opportunity, and the people around him. Nothing changed until he took one brave step. He stopped asking who was at fault and started asking who was responsible. That shift in thinking changed his entire trajectory. Responsibility gave him control. Control gave him momentum. Another example is a woman who believed she was just not confident. For years, she avoided opportunities because of that label. One day, she challenged the story. Instead of saying, "I am not confident," she asked, "In what situations do I feel confident?" The answer surprised her. Confidence was already there. It just needed the right environment and preparation. That realization changed how she approached her life. What story are you telling yourself every day? Your inner dialogue is shaping your reality more than you realize. The words you repeat internally become the lens through which you see the world. If you constantly tell yourself you are behind, incapable, or unlucky, your actions will follow that belief. But if you choose a different narrative, your behavior begins to shift. Here is a simple but powerful affirmation to consider. I am not finished. I am evolving. Say it slowly. Let it settle. Growth is not about becoming someone else. It is about becoming more of who you already are. Pay attention to the language you use when you fail. Do you say, "I can't do this"? Or do you say, "I am learning how to do this"? That single shift can transform frustration into progress. How well do you really know yourself? Most people know what they like and dislike, but few understand why they act the way they do. True awareness comes from curiosity. Instead of reacting emotionally, you begin to observe. You notice patterns without attachment. Try this simple exercise over the next few days. At the end of each day, ask yourself 3 questions. What energized me today? What drained me today? What did I avoid and why? Write the answers down. No filters, no excuses, just honesty. Over time, patterns will emerge. Those patterns will show you where growth is needed and where your strengths already exist. Another powerful practice is to pause before reacting. When something triggers you, take a breath and ask, what am I really feeling right now? Often, anger masks fear. Procrastination hides self-doubt. Awareness creates space between emotion and action, and in that space, you gain choice. Why is mental strength built, not given? A strong inner foundation is not something you are born with. It is something you develop through consistent effort and reflection. Mental strength grows when you face discomfort without running from it. It grows when you choose discipline over convenience and honesty over denial. There is a powerful reminder worth repeating. Your mind believes what you tell it. Feed it fear, and it will act afraid. Feed it courage, and it will find a way forward. This does not mean ignoring reality. It means choosing belief over limitation. Think of your mind as a muscle. If you never challenge it, it weakens. If you train it, it adapts. Every time you do something difficult, every time you push through resistance, you are strengthening that muscle. What would change if you believed in yourself a little more? Imagine approaching challenges with curiosity instead of fear. Imagine seeing setbacks as feedback instead of failure. That shift alone can unlock progress you never thought possible. Belief does not guarantee immediate success, but it guarantees effort. And effort compounds over time. There is a quote that says, "You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." Your mindset shapes your systems. Your systems shape your results. Awareness is the starting point of building systems that support growth rather than sabotage it. Replace self-criticism with self-coaching. Instead of asking, "What is wrong with me?" ask, What can I do differently next time? That question keeps you moving forward. Are you willing to outgrow the old version of you? Growth requires letting go of familiar identities. The version of you that avoided risk. The version that settled for comfort. The version that waited for motivation instead of building discipline. Outgrowing that version can feel uncomfortable, even lonely. But staying the same costs more in the long run. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to want more. And wanting more does not make you ungrateful. It makes you honest about your potential. Repeat this quietly to yourself. I give myself permission to grow. That permission matters more than you think. As you continue forward, awareness becomes the foundation for everything that follows. Clarity sharpens your direction. Understanding yourself helps you choose better paths. And a stronger inner framework prepares you to define where you are going next. The next step is turning that clarity into intention, turning understanding into direction, and transforming awareness into purposeful action through clear decisions and deliberate planning. Where are you actually going from here? Momentum without direction eventually turns into exhaustion. You can work hard every day and still feel stuck if you do not know where your effort is meant to lead. Progress begins the moment you decide on a destination. Clear intention gives meaning to effort. Without it, even talent and discipline lose their power. Think about how far you have already come. You did not get here by accident. Every step forward required a choice, whether you realized it or not. Now the question becomes simple but serious. What do you want your next chapter to look like? Growth accelerates when your actions are guided by purpose rather than impulse. There is a saying worth remembering. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Wishing feels good for a moment, but planning builds results. You are not here to daydream about change. You are here to design it. Why do clear targets change everything? When your direction is vague, your motivation becomes fragile. Unclear goals invite distraction, procrastination, and doubt. Clear targets, on the other hand, give your mind something to organize around. They turn confusion into clarity and effort into progress. Your brain is wired to move toward what it can clearly see. When you define what you want with precision, your focus sharpens. Decisions become easier. Priorities become obvious. You stop wasting energy on things that do not matter. Look at people who achieve extraordinary outcomes. They are not necessarily more gifted. They are more deliberate. They decide what matters, and then they protect it with consistency. What do you actually want, not what you think you should want? One of the most overlooked steps in growth is honesty. Many people chase goals they never chose for themselves. They follow expectations, trends, or pressure from others. That path leads to burnout, not fulfillment. Take a moment and ask yourself a powerful question. If no one else had an opinion, what would I choose to build? That answer matters. Goals rooted in authenticity carry more energy because they align with who you are, not who you are trying to impress. Write your goals down, but do not rush this step. Be specific. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, define what success looks like to you. Is it freedom, mastery, impact, stability, or growth? Clarity transforms ambition into direction. How do you turn big dreams into achievable steps? Large goals can feel overwhelming when viewed all at once. The solution is not to think smaller, but to break the vision into manageable actions. Progress is built through structure, not pressure. Start by identifying your long-term outcome. Then work backward. Ask yourself, what needs to happen this year for this vision to move forward? What needs to happen this month? What can I do this week? And finally, what action can I take today? This process turns fear into movement. You stop staring at the mountain and start focusing on the next step. Every small win builds confidence, and confidence fuels momentum. There is an important reminder here. Consistency beats intensity. Doing something small every day will outperform doing something massive once in a while. What can discipline teach you about freedom? Discipline often gets misunderstood. It is not punishment. It is self-respect in action. Discipline is the bridge between intention and achievement. It allows you to keep moving even when motivation fades. One inspiring example is a young athlete who dreamed of competing at the highest level. Talent alone was not enough. What separated him from others was his routine. He trained when it was inconvenient. He rested when others burned out. He planned his days with purpose. Over time, those small choices created an extraordinary result. Discipline does not require perfection. It requires commitment. Some days will feel heavy. That does not mean you stop. It means you show up anyway. If procrastination keeps appearing in your life, do not label yourself as lazy. Look deeper. Procrastination is often fear wearing a disguise. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of not being good enough. The solution is action, not judgment. Start before you feel ready. Clarity follows action, not the other way around. How do you stay focused in a world full of distractions? Focus is a skill, and like any skill, it can be trained. The first step is deciding what deserves your attention. Not everything does. Create boundaries around your time and energy. Protect your most important tasks by scheduling them first. Eliminate distractions during those moments. Even small adjustments can create massive improvement. One successful entrepreneur once shared that her biggest breakthrough came when she stopped multitasking. She committed to doing one thing at a time with full presence. Productivity increased. Stress decreased. Results followed. Remember this phrase: what you focus on expands. If your attention is scattered, your results will be too. Focus brings depth, and depth creates impact. What happens when you commit to the process, not just the outcome? Outcomes matter, but obsession with results alone can create frustration. The real transformation happens when you fall in love with the process. When you commit to showing up daily, regardless of immediate reward, growth becomes inevitable. There will be days when progress feels invisible. That does not mean nothing is happening. Roots grow before branches appear. Trust the work you are doing, even when the results are not yet visible. Here is a powerful affirmation to carry with you. Every step I take is moving me forward, even when I cannot see it yet. Say it. Believe it. Let it guide you through moments of doubt. You can do this, not because it is easy, but because you are capable of learning, adapting, and persisting. Planning does not remove obstacles, but it prepares you to face them with confidence. Are you willing to choose progress over comfort? Comfort feels safe, but it rarely leads to growth. Every meaningful goal will require you to stretch beyond what feels familiar. That discomfort is not a sign you are failing. It is a sign you are expanding. People who achieve lasting success do not wait for perfect conditions. They work with what they have and adjust along the way. Planning is not about predicting every outcome. It is about being prepared to respond. Ask yourself this final question. What is one decision I can make today that aligns with the future I want? That decision matters more than you think. As you continue forward with clarity and intention, remember that every plan will be tested. Challenges will arise, resistance will appear, and moments of doubt will surface. What matters most is not whether obstacles show up, but how you respond when they do. The next step is learning how to stand strong when the path becomes difficult. and how to turn setbacks into fuel for growth. Why do difficult moments appear just when you decide to grow? The moment you commit to moving forward, resistance often shows up. Doubt creeps in. Circumstances shift. Energy drops. This is not coincidence. This is the natural response to change. Growth challenges comfort, and comfort always pushes back. Every person who has achieved something meaningful has faced moments where quitting felt reasonable. The difference was never the absence of struggle. The difference was the decision to keep going anyway. Setbacks are not signs that you are on the wrong path. More often, they are confirmation that you are finally on the right one. Progress does not move in a straight line. It bends, pauses, and sometimes feels like it is moving backward. Yet even those moments are shaping strength beneath the surface. There is a powerful truth worth remembering. The obstacle is not in the way. The obstacle is the way. What challenges you is also what trains you. What are the most common barriers that stop people? One of the most common barriers is self-doubt. That quiet voice that asks, "Who do you think you are?" It questions your ability, your worth, and your timing. Left unchecked, it can be more powerful than any external obstacle. Another barrier is failure, missed opportunities, rejections, mistakes that feel personal. Many people interpret failure as a verdict on their potential rather than feedback for improvement. Then there is comparison. Watching others move faster, achieve more, or appear more confident can drain motivation. Comparison shifts focus away from your own progress and replaces it with unnecessary pressure. And finally, there is fatigue, emotional exhaustion, mental overload, the feeling of carrying effort without seeing immediate reward. These moments test patience more than ability. Recognizing these barriers is not weakness, it is awareness. Awareness gives you the power to respond rather than retreat. How do people rise after falling hard? History is filled with stories of individuals who were knocked down repeatedly before finding their footing. Not because they were immune to pain, but because they refused to let pain define the ending. Consider the story of a writer whose work was rejected dozens of times. Each rejection letter felt like confirmation of inadequacy. Yet instead of stopping, the writer refined the craft, adjusted the approach, and kept submitting. Years later, the same voice that was once dismissed reached millions. Another example is an entrepreneur who lost everything during a financial collapse. Savings vanished. Confidence shattered. Instead of giving up, this individual treated the failure as an education. Lessons were extracted. Strategies improved. The comeback was not immediate, but it was stronger and more sustainable than the first attempt. What these stories share is not luck. It is resilience. The ability to adapt, endure, and continue forward with wisdom gained from hardship. Here is a quote to anchor this idea. You are not defeated when you fall. You are defeated when you refuse to rise. How can you train your mind to stay strong under pressure? Mental toughness is not about suppressing emotion. It is about learning how to move forward despite it. Strength grows when you develop the habit of responding intentionally rather than reacting emotionally. One practical strategy is reframing. When something goes wrong, ask a different question. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" This shift alone can transform frustration into focus. Another strategy is self-talk. The words you repeat internally shape your experience. Replace harsh criticism with constructive direction. Say things like, "This is hard, but I am capable," or "I can figure this out step by step." Consistency also builds resilience. When you keep small promises to yourself, you strengthen trust in your own ability. Confidence is built through action, not affirmation alone. Repeat this affirmation when things feel heavy. I have survived difficult moments before, and I will move through this one too. What role does perseverance play when motivation fades? Motivation is emotional. It rises and falls. Perseverance is structural. It keeps you moving when motivation disappears. Relying solely on motivation creates inconsistency. Relying on commitment creates momentum. Perseverance is choosing to continue when progress feels slow. It is returning to the work even after disappointment. It is staying aligned with your values when results lag behind effort. One powerful example is a student who struggled academically for years. Tests were failed. Confidence was low. Instead of giving up, the student developed better study systems, asked for help, and stayed patient with the process. Over time, results changed. Not overnight, but permanently. This illustrates an important truth. Persistence compounds. Small efforts repeated consistently become powerful over time. Ask yourself this question. What if the breakthrough you are waiting for requires just a little more patience than you have been giving? How do you recover after a major setback? Recovery begins with acceptance. Denying pain delays healing. Acknowledge what happened without attaching shame to it. You can admit something hurt without letting it define you. Next comes reflection. Look at the situation objectively. What worked? What did not? What can be adjusted moving forward? Reflection turns experience into wisdom. Then comes recommitment. Decide that the setback will not be the final chapter. You may need to change strategies, timelines, or expectations, but the vision remains alive. There is strength in restarting. There is courage in trying again with greater awareness. Remember this quote: failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. How do you protect your inner drive during difficult seasons? Your environment influences your resilience. Surround yourself with voices that encourage growth, not doubt. Limit exposure to negativity that drains energy. Take care of your physical and mental health. Rest is not quitting. Recovery is preparation. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Celebrate small victories. Progress deserves recognition, even when it feels minor. These moments reinforce hope and sustain effort. Most importantly, reconnect with your reason. Why did you start? What matters to you? Purpose fuels perseverance when circumstances feel heavy. Say this affirmation with conviction. I am stronger than the challenges in front of me. Are you willing to let struggle shape you, not stop you? Hard moments do not ask for permission. They arrive unannounced. What you control is your response. You can allow struggle to harden you or deepen you. The choice shapes your future. Every challenge you face is refining skills you will need later. Strength, patience, discipline, and courage are all developed under pressure. You have already proven resilience by how far you have come. The journey behind you confirms your capacity to continue. As you move forward, remember that resilience is not about enduring endlessly without rest. It is about continuing with intention, learning from difficulty, and refusing to give up on yourself. The next step is turning resilience into movement. Strength becomes meaningful when it is applied. Momentum is built when action follows intention. What matters now is not just surviving the challenge, but using what you have learned to move forward with purpose and consistency. Why does action matter more than intention? You can think about change for years, plan it perfectly, and visualize every outcome, but nothing transforms until movement begins. Intention sets direction, yet action creates reality. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is crossed only by what you do repeatedly, not by what you promise yourself once. Every meaningful achievement is built on ordinary actions done consistently, not dramatic leaps, not sudden bursts of energy. Progress is created through steady steps taken even when excitement fades. That is why action matters more than desire. Desire dreams. Action delivers. You do not need to feel ready to begin. You need to begin to feel ready. Momentum grows from motion. The smallest step taken today is more powerful than the perfect plan delayed for tomorrow. Start today, because tomorrow is built from what you choose now. What happens when you show up every day? Consistency turns effort into identity. When you show up daily, even imperfectly, you stop relying on mood and start relying on discipline. Discipline does not restrict freedom. It creates it. When actions become routine, they require less energy. A habit repeated daily becomes automatic, and automation frees mental space for growth. This is how progress compounds quietly, without drama, yet with undeniable results. Consider the story of an athlete who was never the strongest or fastest. What separated this individual was repetition. Training continued on days when motivation was absent. Small improvements added up. Over time, consistency created excellence that talent alone could not produce. This is true in every field. The writer who writes daily, even when uninspired. The entrepreneur who shows up for the work long before recognition arrives. The student who studies a little each day rather than cramming once. Consistency builds confidence because it proves you can rely on yourself. Ask yourself this: what could change in your life if you committed to showing up, even on days when you feel uncertain? How do you turn big goals into daily actions? Large goals can feel overwhelming when viewed all at once. The solution is not to reduce ambition, but to break it into manageable pieces. Big outcomes are built from small behaviors repeated over time. Start by identifying one clear objective. Then ask a simple question. What is the smallest action I can take daily that moves me closer to this goal? That action becomes your anchor habit. If your goal is growth in your career, the daily habit might be learning one new skill or reaching out to one new connection. If your goal is improved health, it might be consistent movement or mindful nutrition. If your goal is creative expression, it might be producing something small every day, regardless of quality. Consistency does not demand perfection. It demands participation. Missing a day does not erase progress. Quitting does. Return quickly and continue. Repeat this affirmation. Small actions, repeated daily, create extraordinary outcomes. Why do routines protect progress? Routines remove decision fatigue. When actions are scheduled, you no longer negotiate with yourself each day. The question changes from "should I do this?" to "when will I do this?" Successful individuals do not rely on willpower alone. They design systems that support their goals. Morning routines, work blocks, and evening reflections create structure that protects focus. One inspiring example is a business owner who began with limited resources and countless obstacles. Instead of waiting for ideal conditions, this person created strict daily routines. Time was blocked intentionally. Priorities were protected. Over time, these routines built stability and growth that once seemed impossible. Routines are not rigid prisons. They are flexible frameworks. When life changes, routines adapt, but the commitment to consistency remains. How do you keep going when motivation drops? Motivation is unpredictable. Some days it is high. Other days it disappears without warning. That is why commitment must be stronger than emotion. On low-energy days, lower the bar, but keep the habit. If you cannot do everything, do something. Progress maintained is progress protected. Another strategy is tracking. Seeing visible evidence of consistency reinforces belief. A checklist, journal, or calendar becomes proof that effort is accumulating, even when results are not immediate. Also, reconnect with purpose. Remind yourself why this goal matters. Purpose fuels persistence when motivation fades. Say this quietly but firmly. I act even when I do not feel like it, because my future deserves consistency. What can stories of perseverance teach you? There is a powerful story of a musician who spent years performing to empty rooms. Applause was rare. Doubt was frequent. Yet the practice continued. Skills improved. Confidence grew. One opportunity eventually changed everything. That moment was built on years of unseen consistency. Another story involves an individual who started a fitness journey with no immediate results. Weeks passed with little change. Instead of quitting, the routine remained. Months later, transformation appeared, not just physically, but mentally. Discipline replaced doubt. These stories remind us that success often arrives quietly, after long periods of invisible effort. The world sees the result, not the repetition behind it. Ask yourself this question. Are you willing to stay consistent long enough for results to catch up with your effort? How do you take action without overthinking? Overthinking delays progress. Action clarifies direction. You learn more from doing than from endless analysis. Set clear time limits for decisions. Once a choice is made, act on it. Adjust later if needed. Progress favors movement, not perfection. Focus on the next step, not the entire journey. Clarity increases as you move forward. Start today. Start small. Start imperfectly. Momentum will meet you halfway. Repeat this affirmation. I choose action over hesitation. Are you ready to commit to consistency? You have already come far. Every step taken has prepared you for this moment. Stopping now would waste the strength you have built. Continuing honors it. Consistency is not about intensity. It is about reliability. Become someone who keeps going, even when it is hard, even when progress feels slow. Your future is shaped by what you do repeatedly, not occasionally. Today is not about doing everything. It is about doing something that aligns with who you are becoming. As you continue forward, there comes a moment to pause and reflect. To look at how far you have come, what you have learned, and who you are becoming through consistent action. That reflection transforms effort into meaning and prepares the heart for the final step forward. How far have you already traveled? Pause for a moment and take an honest look at your journey. Think about who you were before the struggle began, before the late nights, before the moments of doubt that tested your confidence. You are not that same person anymore. Every challenge has shaped you. Every decision has strengthened you, and every lesson has refined your awareness. Growth did not happen by accident. It happened because you chose to keep going. You learned to observe yourself instead of running from truth. You recognized patterns that no longer served you and beliefs that quietly limited your potential. Awareness gave you clarity, and clarity gave you power. When you understand yourself, you stop being controlled by fear and start directing your future with intention. Remember this quote: awareness is the first step toward change, and change is the doorway to freedom. What changed when you chose a stronger inner voice? Your progress accelerated the moment you began to challenge the voice that told you to quit. You learned that thoughts are not commands, they are signals. Once you stopped believing every doubt, you created space for courage. You discovered that confidence is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it. A powerful inner dialogue transformed hesitation into determination. Instead of asking if you were capable, you began asking how you could move forward. This shift altered everything. It changed how you faced setbacks, how you interpreted failure, and how you defined success. Say this to yourself with conviction. My thoughts work for me, not against me. How did direction replace confusion? Progress became clearer when you stopped drifting and started deciding. Clear objectives gave structure to your effort. Planning turned uncertainty into purpose. Instead of reacting to life, you began shaping it intentionally. Goals gave your energy a destination. Strategy gave your effort efficiency. Each step, no matter how small, became meaningful because it moved you closer to something you cared about. You learned that success is not accidental. It is built with focus, patience, and deliberate action. Remember this truth. A goal without a plan is only a wish, but a plan with commitment becomes reality. What did adversity teach you about strength? There were moments when everything felt heavy, times when progress slowed and doubt grew louder. Yet those moments did not break you. They revealed you. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulty. It is about rising every time difficulty appears. Each setback strengthened your resolve. Every obstacle sharpened your character. You learned that failure is not a dead end. It is feedback. It shows you where to adjust, not where to stop. Think about how many times you could have given up, and yet you did not. That persistence is proof of your strength. It is evidence that you are capable of more than you once believed. Repeat this affirmation. I grow stronger with every challenge I overcome. Why does action matter now more than ever? Awareness created clarity. Belief created confidence. Planning created direction. Resilience created endurance. Action is what turns all of it into reality. The future you imagine depends on what you do next, not on what you did yesterday. Every step taken now reinforces your commitment. Consistency transforms effort into results. This is your moment to move forward with intention. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Progress does not require perfection. It requires participation. Hear this clearly. You do not need a new beginning. You need to continue. What is the cost of stopping now? Look at how much you have invested. The time, the effort, the growth. Stopping now would mean abandoning the person you have become. Continuing means honoring your resilience. You did not come this far to turn back. You came this far to finish stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your purpose. Ask yourself this powerful question. If you stop now, who are you denying? The answer matters. How will you choose to move forward? Choose commitment over comfort. Choose progress over excuses. Choose consistency over intensity. Small actions taken daily will always defeat hesitation. Make a promise to yourself today. Not a loud promise, but a quiet, unbreakable one. Promise to keep moving, even when it feels slow. Promise to keep believing, even when results take time. Promise to keep showing up for the life you deserve. Say this out loud. I trust my journey, and I commit to my growth. What do you carry with you from here? Carry the lessons. Carry the belief. Carry the resilience. Carry the courage that brought you this far. Let your past effort fuel your future action. Remember this quote. Success is not about how fast you move, but how faithfully you continue. You are not behind. You are becoming. Every step forward matters, and every moment of persistence compounds. As you move ahead, do so with confidence and compassion for yourself. Growth is not linear, but it is always meaningful when you remain committed. You have come too far to stop now. Keep going. Your future is waiting, and it is built by what you choose today.